Take on Charlton teammate Chris Powell at international level. The pair are likely to line up against one another at Anfield on Saturday, and the Finn says his country are becoming a force to be reckoned with among the Scandinavian nations.
Today the Thames, tomorrow the Mersey. Charlton's Johansson is preparing for the trip north to meet up with the rest of the Finland squad ahead of their World Cup qualifier with England. And if both are selected, there's the intriguing possibility of Charlton's top scorer coming up against one of Charlton's top defenders, Chris Powell.
We're good friends at the club, of course, but on the pitch you don't really think that way. You know, you have to be professional about it. So we'll be enemies for those 90 minutes.
You must have an idea of strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, well, I might have, but on the other hand, he's got all my weaknesses as well. So I think it's fair on both.
There's also a chance Rio Ferdinand may be barring Johansson's path to goal at Anfield. Ferdinand and his Leeds team came out on top at the Valley on Saturday, and the Finn admits he was a difficult opponent.
Well, I wasn't in with any luck. He had a really good game, I thought, and I was impressed by him. You know, I think England's got very good defenders, and it's going to be hard for us to break them down.
Finland, of course, struggled to break down Howard Wilkinson's England when the two countries met in October. A lot's changed since then, but Johansson is warning England's new boss not to underestimate the Finns. He says they're a growing power among the Scandinavian nations.
I think the gap is closing very much for the last 5 years, but we're still a bit behind. And as you say, in history, you know, we're far behind. We never made a major tournament yet, so that's a big game for everybody in Finland. And it's you know, it's a very hard group this for us as well, so it's going to be very hard this time around.
But if Johansson can reproduce his Premiership form this weekend, Finland's dream of World Cup qualification may move a little closer. Jim Cockin, Sky Sports.
He's living in dreamland, isn't he, James? He has to be. He's done. But if you work hard and look after yourself, and you know, he's 31. He's been at Charlton for years. He's even been a free transfer. I think I was talking to Steve Coppell the other day, so he let him go on a free a while ago. You know, it just shows you what he's doing now. But no, it's a great story. It's brilliant for him. He's going to play, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic honour, and of course there's Teddy Sheringham as well. Who, I mean, I think Teddy would agree with me. He's not the quickest about, but what a fantastic footballer, football brain, and he just seems to have got better with age.
This fella here, understandably, still pinching himself.
Sometimes, yeah, but I must admit, I'm a bit more settled this time round. There was a lot of talk beforehand, before the Spain game, and I've settled in really well now. It feels great. You know, I always wanted to be part of another squad, and I'm here now, preparing for Finland and Albania.
Were you nervous at all when the squad was due to be announced?
A little bit, yeah. I spent the day at my mum's, my little girl, and had the radio on, and I heard my name, and you know, I felt really pleased with myself, and you know, it settled in. And that now, you know, it's 2 qualifying games. The pressure's really on, you know, for us to get 2 positive results. So I was well pleased.
Has anyone come to you and asked you about Johansson?
Not yet. I think if, you know, JJ plays out wide on the right, you know, I know what he's good at. I'm sure he knows what I'm good at, and we both know what we're both not good at as well. So, you know, if we are matched against each other today, it'd be interesting.
You've faced up against each other, obviously, in training with Charlton before. Who comes out on top in that?
Honourable draw, I'll say. He scores goals all the time. It was a big signing for Charlton. A lot of money for a club like us, but he's repaid that. And you know, he was very proud to play in England, and he was very proud to play for Finland as well. But you know, he said a few comments to me before he left to join up with his colleagues, but I didn't really listen to him, and I'm sure today we'll have a few comments at each other as well.
You want to tell us what the banter was?
Well, he's just saying how good Finland are and what they're good at, and I'm sort of saying to him I don't know what Finland are famous for, but he's been telling me they're famous for a lot of things, so let's hope they're not famous for a victory today.
Ski jumping and ice hockey they're famous for. Football is not their national sport, but they will equip themselves well, presumably, because so many of them now play abroad, don't they?
Well,